Hey guys, welcome back to GreyWolf TV, and we are back with the X-Files. This is episode 2 of season 1. So we've been introduced to Mulder and Scully. They've had their first case together of what appears to be of a paranormal event, aliens, whatever you want to call it. No explanation, and the only piece of evidence to come out of that case was that little chip that Scully managed to recover, and she passed it on to him at the FBI, and it ended up in a little box in an evidence room buried at the Pentagon. This is what this show is basically about. I know, I remember enough to know it's a lot of the time it's hoping that finally they hit on something to have enough evidence with and something concrete, and it always just crumbles. But I am so looking forward to running our way through this series. So there's not really much of a recap, because back in the early 90s when this was made, TV series weren't how they are now, how we binge stuff now, how they're released and produced and put together. It is kind of case of the week. We do start to get some background and everything on our main characters as we progress through the series. I do remember that, but not to the extent that a series would delve into it today, where you need to know what's happened in the previous episode to know what's going on now. It's not necessarily like that, but still, it's a fabulous series. I just want to carry on with it. So my recaps on this series won't be necessarily what happened on the last episode. It may be just a quick recap as to what happened, but not necessarily a continuous storyline. Right, enough waffling, let's get on with things. Episode 2.
Excuse me, that's my house. Okay, let us
Oh, okay.
What's going on?
Stand by, Mrs. Woodhouse.
Where the hell is he?
What the hell?
We got him, but he's gonna need a doctor.
Oh.
Or something.
I got something to show you.
Something you couldn't show me at work?
Let's get a table. It's Colonel Robert Duchovny. That photo was taken last year when he was a test pilot for the military stationed at Ellens Air Base in southwest Idaho. Duchovny was removed and apparently hospitalized for the treatment of his condition.
Which was what, exactly?
The military will not comment on the cause, nature, or status.
Of course they won't.
Mrs. Duchovny has neither seen nor heard from her husband in over 4 months.
What?
Her inquiries to the military have gone unanswered. Last month, she contacted the FBI and reported it as a kidnapping. Since 1963, 6 pilots have been listed missing in action from Ellens Air Base. Last week, for reasons I can't figure out, it was deprioritized. They shelved this case without an investigation, Scully.
Why would you deprioritize it?
So you and I are going to the Spud State to investigate a little kidnapping.
Oh, it's the guy from the bar.
Leave this case alone, Agent Mulder.
And you would be?
The military will not tolerate an FBI investigation.
Always locked the
How do you
door.
know about my work?
Let's just say that I'm in a position to know quite a lot of things.
Who do you work for?
It's unimportant. I came here to give you some valuable advice. You are exposing yourself and Agent Scully to unnecessary risk. I advise you to drop the case.
You okay, Mulder?
Oh, I had a weird experience.
Yeah, I'm fine. Hello?
Mulder,
Yeah.
I checked on that file you gave me.
Uh-huh.
You failed to tell me a few things.
Yeah, of course he did.
This isn't some UFO goose chase you're leading me on, is it?
I remember old style
You know what I
phones.
said? Because the Bureau has it out for us already, and it would make us appear pretty stupid if my
That's a
news report
wiretap.
read like some tabloid story.
Listen, I don't want to talk about it on this line. I'll talk to you about it on the flight out, okay? Mrs. Duchovny?
Yes.
We're from the FBI.
Oh, yes. Please, come in. Bob's whole personality, it was so unpredictable. He started doing things.
What kinds of things?
It was kind of embarrassing at first. We were having this dinner party once, and he sprinkled tetramyl D all over his food.
What the hell's that?
Oh, I knew that he worked on top secret projects. Word gets around, but Bob was always a patriot first. He took loyalty to his country as an oath. And now they treat us like strangers.
You know, the government is not above the law. They cannot withhold information.
They appear to be doing.
Ever hear of something called the Aurora Project?
Yeah, that's the unacknowledged code name for some new kind of Defense Department surveillance project.
The Pentagon has all but admitted they've been testing a secret class of suborbital spycraft over the western U.S.
You saw the photos on the wall in there. This guy Budahas received a presidential commendation. He's never washed out of anything in his life. On hold with the base director of communications for 45 minutes. How about you?
Yeah, somebody named Colonel Kissel will meet with us a week from Friday.
Great.
Right. Colonel Kissel?
Yes?
Can I talk
He has
to
as well.
Special Agent Mulder, FBI.
I've got nothing to say.
Why don't you talk to us about Colonel Budahas?
Why don't you get the hell out of my yard?
I'm Paul Mosinger. I work for the local paper. We live a few houses down from Verla McLennan.
You'll probably
Said
know
you guys
more.
are out here looking into this Budahas thing. A lot of people out here just looking around. UFO nuts mostly, but it's not every day we get FBI.
Really? I take it they do that a
By the
lot.
time you hear them, they're already gone.
You've lived in this area a while. You ever seen a UFO?
Never. Bunch of hooey, if you ask me.
I took the one on the end there,
Oh,
You're kidding. Where?
out on the back porch.
buying her
What would be
pictures.
the chances of someone like me seeing a UFO?
Catch you outside.
And she's done. Oh, Scully, open your mind a bit. He's just trying to get information.
Weird, Mulder? Ellen's Air Base isn't even on my USGS quadrant map.
No, it won't be.
Let's go.
You know? Where are we going?
We got our own map, sucker.
What do you honestly hope to see?
I don't know. Maybe nothing.
To look for UFOs? Yeah, this is gonna look real good on my field report.
What? What?
What are they?
I don't know. Just keep watching. It's unbelievable.
That's unreal.
That's not
I've
possible.
never seen anything like it. Well, it can't be aircraft. Aircraft can't maneuver like that.
What else could they be?
I don't know, lasers maybe. Being shot from the ground, reflecting up off the clouds.
Possible.
Hey!
The hell's this? Someone else watching.
Okay, don't shoot.
There's teenagers.
We didn't do anything.
I think they were doing what you were doing.
Our friend showed us a hole in the fence about a year ago.
Oh, one time they dropped these bombs. Whoa.
Yeah, it was kind of heavy. There's this place called the Yellow Base, right? Where they're supposed to store all this stuff. And my friend said that there's landmines all around it and junk like that. Sometimes they come in real low and just put on the skidders, right? It's like, "Arr!" And then they just hang there and hover without making a sound. And you just think, you know, who turned down the volume, right?
Do they look anything like this?
No. They look exactly like that.
Kids today, huh?
You believe it all, don't you?
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, of course he does.
Mulder, you could have shown that kid a picture of a flying hamburger and he would have told you that's exactly what he saw.
Of a UFO that reportedly crashed in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947.
Oh.
Now, I know you don't believe that story, but just hear me out. Now, Ellen's Air Base, the same base that we're at right now, the same base that for some strange reason doesn't appear on your U.S. government map, is supposedly one of the 6 sites where parts from the wreckage were shipped.
Mulder, come on. You've got 2 blurry photos.
They're always
One of them
blurry.
taken almost 50 years ago, and another one you purchased today in a roadside diner. Tell me one good reason why either of these photos is authentic.
You saw exactly what I saw in the sky tonight. What do you think they were?
Doesn't mean I'm gonna believe they were UFOs.
Unidentified flying objects. I
Is
think
that?
fits the description pretty well.
Yeah, it does.
Tell me I'm crazy.
Mulder, you're crazy.